All right, river crossing. Before we get into the battle, I made one change. I looted 2 cores supply and gave it to 1 core, so that gives me a little bit more supply. And patch 1.04. So the developers have patched in oblique movement. I'm not entirely sure precisely how it works, but we'll be figuring it out in this battle. And also better long range artillery, which doesn't really have much effect on us right at this particular moment. Um, so we are going to be playing River Crossing. They have a reduced army size, but they got about 23,000 men, I think, in the report. So army size is 34 to 39k. Let's take a look at this battle. Oh yeah, it's this one. Okay. So my typical strategy here is to attack towards the southernmost victory point and capture it. You only need to capture one in order to win. I, it's possible I could do something different. We'll see. Take a look at what we got here. I don't think there's a lot of options. Yeah, the problem here is that I don't think you can get from here to here. So there's no way to circle around this flank and come up from the other side. So you're basically stuck either attacking this one head on, which is pretty suicidal, or maneuvering over here, coming up through these woods and coming around on the flank and hitting this one from 3 sides. So that is what we are going to do. I'm going to position 2nd Brigade. Where's 2-2? Yeah, 2-1 rifle. On the right, and 1st Brigade on the left. Got my 24-pound howitzers, and the only question is here is, should I bring my cavalry or not? The cavalry aren't hugely useful in this battle. It's pretty much a slog. There can be skirmishers. There are skirmishers in these woods, but you usually just push them ahead of you as you move through. They don't actually have a lot of impact on the battle. Yeah, that's an interesting thought. Do I want more artillery? Do I want the? I'll keep them. I'll see if they can't do something about helping with the skirmishers, which means they probably ought to be out here on this flank. I believe that's all the infantry I have. Yeah, I've got 3 artillery units, 10-pound ordnance, 10-pound ordnance, and 12-pound howitzers that are not involved in this fight. Probably should bring the 12-pound howitzers, but because they need the experience. But these 10-pounders need experience as well. Could swap out the Napoleons. Yeah, we'll swap out the Napoleons. We'll use these 12-pounders as assault guns. One of the things you may or may not know about what's happened recently is this patch apparently fixed a lot of the issues with the long-range artillery and larger artillery batteries. So I can have more than 12 guns. Yay! Not that that's a factor yet in this campaign, but we'll get there. All right, let's get it started. Let's swing this. Here we go. cavalry's crossing the river. Haven't spotted anybody yet. I staggered those guys and let them stand still for a minute so that we'd move forward together. You can see now all the rifle units are advancing in relatively good formation. I have no idea what the yelling was about. Oh, there's some skirmishers. We're engaging. Oh, look at that oblique movement. Holy cow, look at those guys slide. That is awesome. That is completely awesome. Oh, I'm so excited. Those guys are routed. We're moving across. Go ahead and point the artillery in that direction. Okay, interesting. I am redirecting my artillery to assist in the defense of this area here. Because apparently they've decided to charge, and the Stonewall Brigade has cut across the river. Let's shift 2-4 Grenadier to attack their flank as well. .1-2 rifle taking on the chin from Campbell. He's gonna have to split out some skirmishers to chase those guys away. Artillery should be involved in a minute here. Oh, and he's got some cavalry. More than me. My guy's got the first shot off though. And they're in cover. Ah. I'm going to maneuver the 1-4 Grenadiers so those skirmishers don't get away. 1-3 Grenadier is going to catch Trimble. He's got 2 brigades back here on the flank. Alright, let's go this way. I really damaged these guys. It's pretty impressive, actually. See if I can't get him to come back. Take another beating. He's reinforcing with Scott. Did I destroy these guys, or did they... See, I need my cavalry on the other side now. I need these guys to move closer and do more damage. There they go. Oh, oblique movement. How I love thee. Yep, I found that skirmisher unit. Hunt them down. These guys are charging. I don't want to get involved in a fight there because they're in cover and I'm not. I want those guys to be overexposed. Actually, let's have these guys run. Go destroy those troops. Ooh, 1-1 rifle just got flanked and they're routed. No. Stay focused on them. They're charging. Ah, 2-4 Grenadier just routed. I'm gonna lose the 12 Founders. I love the skirmisher charges. As soon as the 24-pounders fire, Campbell should be toast. No, no, what are you doing? Why did 1-3 Grenadier cross the river? That makes no sense. There was no reason to do that at all. They're gonna blast Campbell doing it, though. I'm gonna merge those two units. We gotta get those guys out of cover. Oh, my 24-pounders are getting hit. They just lost a gun. Let's see if I can fall Rice back into better cover. Guns firing on the move. That was interesting. Oh, he needs to fall back, that's why. And I don't know what, again, I have no idea why 1-3 Grenadier was moving forward. Oh, man, that was brutal. 24 pounders are going to let go at point blank range, too. Down to 215 cavalry. Fulkerson, I think he lost either 50%, 30 or 50% of his men there. Just brutal. And we used all of our supplies. They're running and they don't need to be. We're gonna work the rear here. Cavalry isn't dead yet. I'll wait till these guys merge. I'm not sure what the AI is doing here. He appears to be trying to flank, but he's abandoning the victory position. Rice taking it on the chin. And by the way, I'm pressing the attack for two reasons. One, the dynamic campaign, unfortunately, makes attacking like this valuable, because if you can destroy their entire force, you inflict enormous casualties. And two, I need that artillery. So I need to destroy their artillery units in order to gain an advantage. Let's have them both focus on him. Although Rice is going to take a bunch of canister to the face. That hurt. Yeah, I can see it. Rice's morale is not great. That helped a little bit. Yeah, I should blow Rice away. Yep. Yeah. Zapped him. We got a little bit of supply out of it. Sticky targeting is still having trouble. You can see. At least I didn't lose a 24 pounder, but I did lose that battery of 12 pounders, which is sort of frustrating. But it's not a big deal. So I need this guy to swivel in place. I need to slaughter these guys while they're exposed. And they are taking it on the chin. So am I. I'd like to destroy Fulkerson here. Yep, there he goes. Notice the crazy shifting of the units. Like, why would he send that guy there and that guy there? There's no reason for that. Oh, that's the end. So I started with 10,000. He started with 13,000. He lost 9,000. I lost 3,000. Not a great battle, particularly the gun losses. But yeah, I can live with it. 285 cavalry was not good either, although I did get some captures. Both victory points, even though that wasn't necessary. Yeah, lots of promotions. Promotions is good. Helps my efficiency. We captured a bunch of Lorenzes, so they've upgraded. Their cavalry has 1855s, and they are now using Lorenzes. I rescued 2 12-pounder howitzers and captured 3, so I'm going to build another 12-pounder battery. Fortunately, those guys weren't experienced. We also captured 400 1853 Enfields, which is odd because they didn't really change their weapon capabilities. Like the Lorenzes I can see, but the Enfields are one of the tier 3 weapons. So yeah, okay. That also partially explains why I had so many casualties. Their units were much better equipped than mine. And so that's it. River crossing. Legendary Union Ironman.